This conference will now be recorded.
Right, today's topic is in the object-oriented programming. Class is one topic and the objects is one more topic. So now what is the class? Already you know what is the class. A list of variables and methods together into a single unit. This unit is called a class. Okay, clear guys. And the creation of the syntax of the declarating a class is class. Syntax of the declarative class is class name and a colon symbol followed by the list of variables and list of methods. Okay, already you know in the last class up to here I have called up to here. Now, next one, creating a object. After creating a class, creating an object. How to creating an object? Object means the instance of the class, Xerox of the class, the blueprint of the class, the instance of the class is called a object. The instance of the class is called a object. Or the blueprint of the class. The blueprint of the class is called a object. Or in our terminology, the Xerox of the class is called a object. Clear guys up here. Now the declaration syntax of the object is how to declare a syntax. Declaration syntax is object name equal to class name and followed by the parenthesis. It is called a declaring a class. Now I will show you one example. The example is declaring a rectangular class, declaring a simple class. For example, this is a simple class, declaring a class person. That is a colon symbol. List of variables. Here we are assuming the list of variables of the class and the list of methods of the class. Based on our requirement, here we are declaring the list of variables and list of methods. Now the one method is, for example, the class declaring one method def. The method name is read. Read the person name and age. Name equal to, okay, name is a input type, is a string type. Enter name of the person. Enter the name of the person. Okay. And age is an integer type. Input of enter person age. It is called as a now all these two variables are called all these two are called as a class. Person dot a name and person dot age. Person dot name and person dot age. After reading, display the values and display the values or the display the result and print of name of the person equal to person dot name. Okay, up to here clear all of you. Okay, person dot name and print of age of the person. Age of the person equal to person dot age. Okay, clear? Intavariki andaru perfect andi manga. Clear? So in the main class declaration. Now here the read is a method of the person class. Display is a method of the person class. These two are methods. So it is a method and it is also a method. These two are methods of the person class. Okay, clear. And person dot name. Okay, and the person dot age. These two are the person class. These two are the variables. Person class variables. Person class variable. That means a collection of variables. A collection of variables and methods is called a class. Okay. After declaring a class, okay, to call the functions, person dot read. One more function is person dot display. These two functions calling by using the creating a class only. Now here our question is to creating an object, not the directly call the class. Okay, here the question is to create a class, and object. To create a class and object. Now we have to declaring a class of the object of the person class. Object of the person class. The person equal to P1. How to creating an object? The question is object name, class name. Object name, class name. Here the question is object name. Object name is the syntax is object name. P1 is object name, or P, or X, or Y, or Z. And the class name. The name of the class is person. The name of the class is person. Now, whenever you are declaring an object, all the functions are called by using the P1 dot read and p1 dot display. Objects are created whenever after creating the object, the methods are called by using the through the object only, but not the class, through the object. Now we are immediately whenever we are creating a object, now we are passing a one parameter. The parameter is called as a self, and immediately we are pass the self dot name, not the method name, class name. Here we are using the self dot age and the self dot name and self dot age. One type is the through class name, and another type is the through creating a class. First way is the creating a class. First one is the method of first method is creating a class and through the class name. And the second method, second one is creating a object, creating a object through object called the method. What is the method, sir? First, what is person class? Now here it is a person class. Okay, the class is person. Okay, and clear. Now here the name is a one variable. Okay, one variable is a name. Another one is a variable is a age variable. Another variable is a age variable. Okay, age variable. And here and one function is a read function, and one function is a display function. Two functions. One is a display function. One is a read function. The person class, it contains the name, age, read, and display functions. Okay, clear. This is the first one, creating a person class. Okay, clear, guys. And immediately this statement is used to execute the creating a object. Now here the P1 is the object of the person class. Clear. The P1 is the object of the person class. Okay, P1 object created. P1 object is created. After creating the object, immediately now the next call the P1 dot read. Now means the P1 dot read function is executed. Immediately enter the name of the person. For example, the name of the person is Ram. Okay. Enter the name of the person is Ram. Enter the age of the person is, for example, 25. Okay. Now these two statements are executed. Again to call the next function display and execute these two statements. For self dot name, okay, print the name is Ram and self dot age. That means self means indirectly here you are calling a name is the P1 indirectly. What is self? I will show you one by one. First execute this program and the next one, what is self? I will explain later. No problem. Please wait. Now here enter the person name Ram, person age is 25, and the name of the person is Ram, and the age of the person is 25. This program is automatically executed. Sir, what is self, sir? Here one important concept is self. What is self? And the self means, it is an important word on it. Self means here what is self, sir? Self parameter is a reference to the class itself. The self parameter refers to the class itself and is used to access variables that belongs to the class. Now that this parameter is used to access the variables. So these are the variables. Name and age are the variables. So now this parameter is used to access the variables belong to the class. So these variables are accessing easily by using the self and accessing the variables that belong to the class. And it does not have to be named self. You can call it whatever you like. You can call it whatever you like. Okay, you can call it whatever you like, but it has to be the name first parameter of any function in the class. Self is not a keyword. You can call it any name. That's very important. Please observe this one. Okay, just like now the question is, so here for example, here we are using x. Here the name is x dot name, x dot age. Here is also x dot name, x dot age. Here we are using the x. That means x means indirectly x means it is a P1. To access the P1 dot name, P1 dot age. Here the x means indirectly P1. To enter the value stored into P1 object name and the value of P1 dot age indirectly it is stored into like this. Now here the definition of the self parameter. The self parameter is a reference to the class itself and is used to access the variables that belong to the class. It does not have to be named self. You can call it whatever you like, but normally we are using the self. Self is not a keyword. In the Python, only 35 keywords are available. In the keyword list, self is not available. In the keyword list, the self is not available. It is a keyword. Total list of 35 keywords are available, but the self is not a keyword. It is a only user-defined word. For example, I will show you with another example only for the self example. For example, one declared the class. The class is a sample. The class is a sample. Okay, clear, guys? Sample. DEF F1. So now the print of, for example, I am M1 of sample class. I am M1 of sample class. Clear? So now here, this is called as a M1, only the method one, not the function one. In object-oriented terminology, the best practice to we are calling as a methods only. Method. So now they call the sample dot M1, no doubt it. No doubt it. Clear? Here we are calling the class, creating a class, and creating a one method, accessing the method directly by using the class. Okay, clear? No doubt it. I am the method one of the sample class. It will be executed successfully. Now we are creating an object, but not the class. S equal to sample class. S equal to sample class. S or S1. As you like, no problem. We are calling it S1. Now S1 dot M1. All this method through the object. Here we are using the self. Or what is the type of the self? Self is either integer variable. For example, here we are using the x. Here we are using the x is an integer variable, or the self is a what data type. That is the data type of the print of the type of x. That means indirectly, here the self means it is a f1. Self means f1, s1. That you are sending the argument is the object name. Argument name is a object name. Now here x is a type of the sample class. X is a type of the sample class. Run this method or self. Sorry, but not the x. We are calling as a x. Okay, here the x type of x. Now here the main program sample class. What is x and x is the main program sample class. For example, assume that, please wait 1 minute. We are using the self only. What is the type of self? Any name, not only the x. Okay. It is a main class. For example, one more example. So what is the type of S1? Type of S1. Okay, here we is not example. Close. What is the type of the S1? What is the type of S1? S1 is a object of the sample class. What is the type of S1? S1 is a object of the sample class. Here one parenthesis missing. Please wait only 1 minute. Is S1, parenthesis missing. Now the S1 is a type of the object class. Here, please observe this one. Now the S1 is first execute the method 1 and then execute the type of S1. The type of S1 is the underscore main means within the main program in the same module. Underscore main means same module, the sample class type. This one is the object of the same module sample class type. Now this is a self collision. Clear on it? The next one more is a very important method, is one more method, that is a built-in method. Underscore init underscore. It is not a minus and underscore. This is a method. Two underscores of underscore init. It is a method. So now what happens are, okay, it is a built-in method. It is a built-in method. That means function. It is a predefined function. And the second one, this method is automatically executed. This method is automatically executed. Okay, executed. Whenever you are creating a object, no need of explicit calling. And a very important is no need of explicit calling. Implicitly, automatically call. This is a function. The function name is underscore. We are calling as a underscore. Write the function underscore. Here the underscore. This function is automatically executed. It is a built-in method completely. It is a built-in method. This method is automatically executed. Please observe this one. It is a 3 points init. It is a built-in method. Okay. This method is automatically executed whenever you are creating an object. No need of explicit calling. Clear? For example, it's a class. One method is sample method. Okay. Clear? The class is sample. For example, def underscore init underscore self colon symbol. Now, for example, simple message. I am INIT method. I am INIT. One method, only one method simply. So please observe this one is very important. And let's see, where one logic is executed. Here one logic is executed. So it is only one method. It is only one method. So this method is automatically executed whenever you are creating an object. Now this is a sample class. It's a class is a sample and S1 is the object. Whenever you are creating an object, automatically execute the body of the INIT function. For example, here we are calling the M1 method. Here we are calling the M1 method. This method is executed only whenever you are calling. Whenever you are calling M1, the M1 method is executed. But this method is underscore INIT underscore. This method is automatically executed. You see this miracle. Okay, please observe. It's very important. It's simple example. So not only okay. Now here the simple example. Run this method. Okay, this method is automatically executed or not? It is built-in method. It is built-in method mainly. It is mainly for built-in method. It is not a user-defined method. It is built-in method. Here we are defining a method. So for example, this is the method of M2, def M1. It is a user-defined method. It is a user-defined method. Print of. Okay. Print of. I am M1. Okay. I am method 1. Now, here we are using the two methods, sample class two methods. One is the INIT method, predefined method. One is the M1 method. But M1 method is not executed. Here we are executed automatically. Whenever you are creating an object, automatically execute the INIT method. But M1 is not executed. So I want to execute the M1 method to call the M1 only simply. To call the M1. Otherwise, the M1 is not executed. Now here to execute the method. Here to execute only INIT method, inbuilt method, automatically executed. So now we are calling a M1 method. The M1 method is executed. This is the process. Clear, guys? Up to here, all of you? Clear? The INIT method. These are 3 points are made. It is a built-in method. This method is automatically executed whenever you are creating an object. No need of explicit calling. Sir, what is the use of this method? This method is okay. The main purpose of the INIT method is the main purpose of the INIT method is okay, to initialize. INIT means initialize. Okay, initialize the variables values in a class. The values of the variables in a class. To initialize the variables values in a class. For example, we assume that this is the only simple method. It's the only simple method, for example. Okay, clear? Up to here, one example. Now the another example is, to initialize the variable values. For example, def. Okay, well, sorry. Creating a one class. The class is test class. Colon symbol. So one variable, for example, def underscore INIT underscore, that is a self. Okay. In this class, it contains the one variable, that is a self dot a equal to 10. Okay, self dot b equal to 20. Clear. And def, example, calculate of self. Okay, you are calling print of a into b, print of a minus b, print of a by b, print of okay, a percentile b, a percentile b is calculated. And here to call the test t1 equal to test. Here t1 dot calculate. This is the method. Second example. Now we are observing this one. Second example. Okay, example 2 only. Example 2. Now we are creating a one class. Now this is the old example. SRS1. Okay. The example 2. Here we are calling example 2. Class test. In this class test, it contains the only one method. This is a test class. Okay, it stores the test class stores a value. Now what is the value of a and what is the b value? The value of a is 10, the value of b is 20. And one method is, for example, this is a calculate method. Now the first example. This is the first one. After creating a class, the object is created. Whenever the object is created, immediately execute this body. At the time of object creation, automatically execute this function. This function is automatically, it is a built-in function. This function is automatically executed. So immediately initialize the value 10 and 20. Okay. And next one, this function is executed whenever you are calling. This is not automatically executed. This is not automatically executed. This is function. It function is executed only whenever you are calling. So you are calling a function n into a plus b, a minus b, a into b, and so on. A minus b. Clear, guys? This is the complete of the declaring a one class. Okay. Print of a plus b. Okay. A plus b, a into b, a minus b. So this is minus, and this is the value of the into, and execute this program. The purpose of the main INIT function is to initialize the values of the variables. Now here we are calling as a test T1. For the output T1 object has no attribute, calculate. Okay, here calculate, wrong spelling. Okay, calculate spelling is wrong spelling. I type it and execute it. This is called as the INIT function. A is not defined. Here we are calling self.a. Okay, and self.b. Here, guys, self.a plus self.a. Without self, it displays the wrong output. Okay. Now here we are calling self.a minus b and a into b and a by b and a percentile b. Remainder value. So execute this program. Okay. Now it is called as a construct. It is called as a INIT function. A plus b, a minus b, a into b, a by b, and a percentile b. Now this is called the concept of the INIT function. Clear, guys, up here? Now, sir, whenever the object is created, automatically execute this function. So now this function is called INIT inbuilt function. Right, clear? Up here, clear, all of you. And one more important is in Python, we are creating the two terminologies are really important. And one terminology is constructor and one terminology called destructor. What is constructor? Constructor means to create an object. To create an object is a constructor. And destructor means to destroy the object. That means to delete the object. Delete the object. Or destroying, deleting or destroying, both are same. Deleting, destroy and సంపేయడం, తీసేయడం. Okay, deleting or destroying. Here the creating a object. For example, here one thing, and please observe this one. For example, go to the Python shell prompt. For example, okay, one variable a equal to list of so and so value. So what is a and what is a here? Here a is a object. A is a object. Okay, object is created. And what is the list? What is the list? It is a class. To create a object of empty list. To create an object of the empty list. Okay, clear? And now we want to print the value a. That is the empty list. I want to delete it, destroy the object. Here to allocate the memory. Here to destroy the object. How to destroy? DL of a. That means to destroy the object. After destroying, what is a? I don't know a. A is not defined. I don't know a. Why? Because a is destroyed here. Here the A is destroyed. Here this is the destroyed. Destroying epudu kuda DEL. Okay. And the creation, the object creation. This is called as a construction. And this is called as a destruction. The destruction in Python automatically destroy the object. End of the program, each variable is destroyed. End of the program here, create an object here. And end of the program, T1 is destroyed. End of the program, A is destroyed. End of the program, B is destroyed. But in other programming language, okay, to memory allocated, but the deleting by using the only. Here, allocation by using the one, and deleting by using the garbage collector. Python supporting the one concept. The concept is garbage collector. The main duty of the garbage collector is destroy the object. One object or more than one object. For example, you are creating an object a equal to 10 integer class, b equal to 20 integer class, c equal to 40 integer class, del of a comma b comma c. To destroy the ABC object. All the objects are destroyed. Similarly, in Python, one concept is available. Concept is constructor. To creating an object is called as a constructor. To destroy the objects is called as a destructor. What is constructor? And in the constructor of the Python, okay, the concept is constructors in Python. Constructors in Python. In other programming languages, what is constructor? Constructor means, for example, it is a class. It is a class. This is a class name and the class name and the beginning of the class, end of the class. In C++ or Java. And when you are writing a one function, the function name is same as a class name. This is a function that is the same as a class name in other programming language. But here we are implementing the different concept. We are implementing the different concept. What is a constructor? A constructor, okay, it is a function. A constructor is a constructor. It is a function or method or method. It is a method. But this method is automatically executed. This method is automatically executed. Automatically executed. This method is a constructor means it is a method. This method is automatically executed whenever you are creating a object. Whenever you are creating a object, that is the constructor. In Python, constructors are implemented in Python. In Python, the constructors are implemented. The constructors are implemented by using the which function and in fact what is constructor? Constructor means it is a method. It is a function. This method is automatically executed. Okay, whenever you are creating a object. Now, whenever you are creating an object, okay, clear and very good, nice. Now in Python, whenever object created automatically, one method is executed. That method is called as a underscore init underscore method. But in Python, the constructors are implemented by using this method only. The constructors are implemented by using the underscore init underscore method. Okay, this method is automatically executed. Okay, it is mainly used. It is used to initialize the object variables value, object level variables values and clear. This is a clear one. Now how to declaring a syntax? The syntax is, what is the syntax? The syntax is def underscore init underscore self and so on colon body of the constructor. Both same, body of the constructor. Here it is a normal method. But when the concept of the constructors, it is called as a constructor method. Please wait 1 minute. It is called as a constructor method. Wait 1 minute. Honey. Now here, okay, any proud points? Honey. Here the different point. Constructor is a class function that is initiated when the object is providing this function. No need. It is a method. It is begin the second point is very important. The constructor is a method. It begins with the double underscore symbol. It is a method. This method is automatically executed whenever you are creating an object. And the second point is, okay, so the constructor method begins with a double underscore symbol. Please observe this one. The constructor method begins with the double underscore symbol. Okay, clear. That is a double underscore symbol. Okay. Now, please wait 1 minute. Constructor method is called a constructor. These are the 4 points. Now, what is the first point? It is a method. This method is automatically executed whenever you are creating an object. The constructor is a method. It begins with a double underscore symbol. Okay. In Python, the constructors are implemented by using the init function. It is initialize the object level variables values. Clear. The syntax is the body of the constructor. And the syntax already you know the syntax of it. Now here in Python, the constructors are two types. The constructors are two types. One is a default constructor. The number one is the default constructor. The second one is parameterized constructor. That is the second one. Parameterized constructor. Sir, what is default constructor, sir? The first one, default constructor. Okay. Default constructor means creating an object. without parameters. To create a object without parameters is called a default constructor. To create an object without parameters is called a default constructor. To create an object without parameter, here we are creating an object test class without parameter, so it is a default constructor. Here we are creating an object without parameter, so it is called as a default constructor. Up to we are creating all these objects are default constructors. To create an object without parameter. For example, we are creating a one class, that is the person class, person of so and so. So now the DEF read of the person values. Okay, read of the person values. That is the name, self. Okay, self dot name. Okay, to enter the name of the variable, name of the value, input of enter name of the person, enter the name of the person, clear. And the self dot age, input of enter age of the person. Okay, enter age of the person. What is the default constructor? To create an object without parameter. Now the DEF display. One object is display self colon. Okay, first print the name. Okay, name of the person equal to comma self dot name. Okay, and the print of age of the person equal to comma self dot age. Okay, clear. And creating an object P1 or P equal to person. Okay, clear that object. Now it is a person object. In this object, we are creating an object without parameter. Here no parameter, x comma y comma z, without parameters. To creating an object without parameters, this is called as a default constructor. Now we are execute the P1 dot display. Now execute this program. Run the values of the name and person. Any problem? So here name. Okay. Name value, self dot name, enter the name of the person, age value. Okay, here one function, right? Organized array, name of the person. Person has no attribute name, a name. Okay. Name person has no attribute name. Wait and one way. Okay. Enter the values of the name, enter the name of the person. Name of the person, self, is called as a self. Any mistake? Wait and 1 minute.
Sir, అది read the call చేయలేదు సార్. read function ది. read function ది call చేయలేదు కదా.
But not the read. Underscore init underscore. But not the read function. This is a constructor. This constructor is automatically executed. This is a constructor, default constructor. Default constructor means we are creating a default constructor. To create an object without parameters is called a default constructor. This is the default constructor. This is the here execute the default constructor. Whenever you are creating an object, automatically execute this function, the body of the constructor function. That means enter the name, enter the age, and then go to the back to the main program. Then execute immediately the display function. Now execute the display function. Whenever you are creating an object, automatically execute one method. The method is called as a constructor method. Now run this program. Now the name of the person is, okay, enter the name. Name is, for example, Ram. Age is 22. Okay, clear. This is the name and age. This is called as a default constructor. It is the default constructor. Which one is the default constructor? Default constructor. That means to create an object, this is a P1 is an object. Create a P1 object without parameters. To create an object without parameters is called a default constructor. The same program is modified into parameterized constructor. Sir, what is parameterized constructor, sir? Second one is parameterized constructor. What is parameterized constructor? To create an object not without, with parameters. To create an object with parameters is called a parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. To create an object with parameters is called a parameterized constructor. Okay, guys, up to here clear. Create an object with the parameters. Now here creating a, this is not a default constructor. To create an object with the parameter. One parameter is RAM, one parameter is 22. With the parameter. Now it is called as a some variable. It is called as a some variable. Here we are calling x comma y. X comma y. First variable value. So here what is the value of the self? Create an object. This is a method. This method is called as a constructor method. The method is parameterized constructor. Now here, what is self? P1. Self means P1. What is the x? X means RAM. And what is the y? Y means 22. Now here, to assign the values, x value to name and the y value to x value to name and y value to age. Clear? This is called as a parameterized constructor. To create an object with a parameter. Here is a parameter. Here is a constructor. It is a constructor. Okay. Now we are creating a constructor. This is called as a parameterized constructor. For example, assume that simple example I will explain. So first run this program, and to creating an object, the RAM automatically execute. No need of a calling from the internally by using input function. Now here, for example, I will see you on it. For example, a equal to list. Assume that. Convert just a equal to list. What is this? And what is object? This is a default constructor or parameterized constructor? Default constructor. Clear? Default constructor. Why? Because creating an object of list type without parameter. Here, for example, assume that a equal to list of range of 1, 11, 1. Here is also a possible to creating the object. Here the A is creating the object with the parameter. The parameter, this is the parameter. This is called as a default constructor. Default constructor. To creating an object with the parameters. For example, another example, A equal to list of example 1, 2, example 11, 22, 33, 44. And this is a list type. And this is a list type. Values are list. These are the parameters. These parameters are converting into list type. These are the parameters, creating parameters. This is called as this is a parameterized constructor. This is called as a parameterized constructor. Parameterized, and it is also called as a parameterized. To create an object with parameters. I'll show you. Now here, A equal to list. Here to creating an object of A is a default constructor. That is empty. For example, A equal to list of range of 1, 11, 1. Here to creating the object with parameters. These are the parameters. These parameters are A. Now the value of A. Now A equal to list of some 11, 22, 33, A, B, C, and so on. D, and so on. To create the object. These are the values. With parameters. We are supplying the with parameters. Okay. Parameters. Clear? Okay. Creating an object with parameter. Here it is an object. Here A is an object. It is a default constructor. Here it is a parameterized constructor. Here A is the object of the list class. Now it is a parameterized constructor. Now what is the value of the A? Some mistake is there available. One argument. I will show you, no problem. So with the example, A is equal to. Okay, here A equal to. So any type, that is the list type or any type. It is the value is the list type. This value is converting into list type. So the value of the A is so and so value. Now there are the different types of constructors. One is a default constructor and one is a parameterized constructor. Sir, what is default constructor? To create an object without parameter is called default. To create an object with parameters is called as a parameterized constructor. Okay, clear guys up to here. Now P1 is created, but the P1 is destroyed automatically. P1 is destroyed at the time of by using is called as a destructor. Destructors in Python. Or what is destructors are? The first one, it is a method. The first one, it is also a method. It is a method. It is a built-in method. This method is automatically executed whenever you are destroying the object. Now this method is automatically executed. This method is automatically executed. Whenever you are deleting whenever you are deleting a object, deleting a object. Now the syntax is this function is automatically called, we're not calling explicitly. The syntax is okay, def underscore del underscore of self and body of the destructor. Example, I will show you one example. For example, class sample, okay, class sample colon. Example, def underscore init underscore self. This is a default constructor. Print of okay, some I am default constructor. Okay, and clear. Now def underscore del underscore of self. Print of I am destructor. Now clear. And now we are calling a function. You are calling a one function. This is a function. What is the destructor? Destructor means it is a method. This method is automatically executed whenever you are deleting a object. Now it is a method. So class sample, this method is called constructor. This method is called destructor. Both are built in, but not the user defined. Both the methods are built-in methods. Clear, guys? Okay, both the methods are built-in methods. Example, whenever you are creating a first object for the sample class, you are creating s equal to sample. Now what is s? Here s is called as an object of the sample class. S is called as an object of the sample class. So immediately this function is executed. Now run this program. Whenever you are creating an object, the immediate init function is executed. The body of the init function is executed. But the destructor is not executed. The destructor function is executed whenever you are calling the destruction, delete, DELS. This is used for memory allocation. Constructor means memory allocation. Destructor means memory deallocation. And that means delete the memory. Delete the object from the memory. DEL of S1. So now what is the output, sir? Please observe this one. What is the output? Okay, run this program and execute everything. Okay, this is the program. Clear? Now here, the first to execute. What is the first step? This is a class. In this class, first to execute what is executed, sir. And here to execute the object. To create an object. Where S is an object. Whenever you are creating an object of the given class, immediately this function is automatically executed without explicit calling. Please observe it. Without explicit calling, this function is automatically executed. So now executing of this function is I am default constructor. Okay, this function is executed. The body of the function is executed. And the next one, and this is not executed at the time. And whenever you are calling up the DEL S1, DEL is a keyword. This keyword is used to delete the objects from the memory. S is an object. This object is deleted. So whenever you are deleting an object, this method is automatically executed. Execute this method. I am the destructor. This is the destructor and this is a constructor. Clear? So now, sir, what is DEL, sir? What is DEL? DEL keyword. What is DEL? Please observe this one. Okay. Up here, completed all of you. This is the topic of the constructors and destructors. Clear or not? What is DEL? DEL means it is a keyword. It is a keyword in Python. Okay, clear. Okay. This keyword is used to delete the objects from memory. Okay, from memory. Now what is the syntax of this? The syntax is okay, DEL object name. That means variable name. More than one also. Example 1. For example, DEL A. Example 2, DELB. Example 3, DELC. Fourth example, deleting more than one. DEL X comma Y comma Z. X, Y are the objects. These objects deleted from the memory. For example, show you. So X equal to 5, Y equal to, for example, RAM. Okay, Z equal to, for example, true value. Okay, true value. Z equal to true value. Capital T. So here, print the X value, Y value. For example, you want to delete X comma Y. So X is deleted, no value, and Y is also deleted. Deleting, memory is deleted from the object. Okay. The object is deleted from the memory. Clear up here? So now the one is a constructor, a default constructor, another one is a parameterized constructor. Now the today's topic is how to create a object. Completed. How to creating an object. Self parameter and INIT method and constructor and destructor. Constructor means it is an inbuilt function. This is automatically executed whenever you are creating an object. Clear guys up here? Okay, thank you very much.